of grade 10 commerce class, St. Peter's College, Colombo, Nigam branch. Is the lesson Primementary books. So we call primementary books as journals, day books, subsidiary books. Consider on this process. When we learn about equation, the lesson of equation, so at that time you learn about this process. So at that time we concentrate on the inputs, okay, only transactions. But now we are going to start about this process. So according to this process, the first step we are going to learn recording in the primementary books. That means these transactions we are going to record into the primementary books. So first, these transactions, if we are recording any place, any book, those books we are calling as primementary books. So here you have given the definition of primementary books. The primementary books are the books in which the transactions of a business are recorded at first according to the order in which each transaction had occurred by using a generally accepted method before recording them in the ledger accounts. Yes, children, you will learn about this ledger account later on. So the definition that I explained you earlier, primementary books are the books that we record the transactions in first. So that is the definition of primementary books. Yes, here you have given different types of transactions and primementary books. These are the different types of primementary books, different names of primementary books. First transaction, if you have given these types of transactions, definitely you should record these transactions into the cash book. Here you have given transactions related to the receipt and payment of cash. So at that time you should record these transactions into the cash primementary book, bank account. So at that time, if you have given these types of transactions carried out in the bank current account, these transactions we should record into the bank account. So next one, if you have given petty cash transactions, that means petty cash transactions means if there are any cash payments or cash receipts, small amounts of cash payments or cash receipts, we should record those transactions first into the petty cash book. Those transactions we should record to the petty cash book. Next one, purchase journal. Next primementary book, purchase journal. I explained you primementary books we call as journals also. So if there are purchases of trade goods on credit basis, not on cash basis, if the purchases are made on cash basis, definitely we should record it into the cash book. Here, purchase of trade goods on credit basis, we should record into the purchase journal. Next one, sales journal. Sales of the goods on credit basis, not on cash basis. If there are sales on credit basis, definitely we should record those transactions first into the sales journal. Next one, other transaction. That means except all these transactions, if there are any other transaction, as an example, purchase of fixed assets on credit basis, definitely we should record it into the general journal. And if there are any opening balances of any elements, any accounting elements, definitely we should record those opening balances into the general journal. So likewise, children, these are the primementary books that we use to record transactions first. Next one, importance of primementary books. Yes, you should know what are the advantages of using of all these primementary books. First one, you have given similar types of transactions of a period need to be classified and recorded. Yes, as an example, if there are cash transactions, we can record those cash transactions in the cash book. If there are purchases on credit basis, we should record those purchases for purchase journal. So likewise, similar types of transactions we can classify and we can record those transactions to the particular primementary book. Next one, posting transactions to the ledger becomes systematical and convenient after recording them in the primementary books. That means before recording to the ledger accounts, you will learn later on. So before recording these transactions to the ledger accounts, first we should record all the transactions to the prime entry books. Responsibility of preparing each prime entry book can be assigned distinctly to various individuals, and accordingly the business would minimize possible errors and fraud. That means a particular prime entry book we can assign for particular different people to do. So at that time there will be the errors and fraud will be minimized. As an example, there may be a person to prepare cash book. There will be a person to prepare sales journal. Likewise, we can classify those transactions to prepare those prime entry books by including those transactions. Next one. It is easy to maintain the ledger because the total of prime entry books are posted to the ledger, which minimize the number of entries posted. That means because of recording these transactions to the prime entry books, and after that it is easy to extract those transactions to the ledger accounts. So at that time that recording system, so according to the process that I explained you, first we should record all the transactions to the prime entry books. After that we should record all those transactions to the ledger accounts. So that activity also will be very easy because of these prime entry books. Next one, minimizes the occurrences of accounting errors, and it is easy to find out such errors. So always, because of prime entry books, minimizes the errors will be happen. Next one, source documents. Yes, children, source documents are documents that we use to record transactions to the prime entry books. Without these documents, it is difficult to record these transactions to the prime entry books. So source documents we use as evidences to record these transactions to the prime entry books. Here you have given the definition. Here you have given the source, the definition of source document as and when transactions take place in a business, the documents prepared by a particular section of business by including all the details of such transactions and authorized by a person in charge are known as source documents. So simply we can identify, we can explain about this source documents. Source documents are written evidence that we use to record transactions to the prime entry books. Here you have given what are the details that we can include in these source documents. Source documents include the following details. So think about this example. When you purchase any goods, at that time you will get a receipt from that shop. So at that time you can check what are the information, what is the information included in that receipt. Sometimes there may be the price, there may be the name of the authorized person, there may be the units. So likewise these details definitely include name of the business, so name and address of the business, serial number. Likewise these things include the date on which the transaction had taken place. The date also will include the details of the other party that is connected to the transaction, description of the transaction, so the amount, the unit price, the total price. Likewise the descriptions you can find because of this source document. The monetary value, the total value, rupee value, you can identify because of this source document. Signature of the officer who is responsible for the transaction, so you can identify who will be the authorized person regarding this transaction. Next one. So already you know what are the prime entry books. So according to the prime entry books, there are particular source documents. So cash book, according to cash book, receipt and payment voucher. These are the source documents that we use to record cash transactions. If there are cash receipts, so we use a receipt. If there are any cash payments, we use payment voucher. Bank account, this is also one type of a prime entry book. So at that time we use these source documents: deposit slip, payment voucher, bank statement, check return notification. So bank statements will issue if a person has any current account, every month end he will receive bank statement. So and check return notification also he will receive. So next prime entry book, petty cash book. Petty cash book means, I explained you, if there are small values of cash receipts and cash payments, so at that time we use petty cash book. So if there are petty cash transactions, we record those transactions in the petty cash book. For that we use this source document, petty cash payment voucher. Next one, purchase journal. So purchase journal means if there are purchases on credit basis, we use purchase journal. So at that time purchase invoice we use as the source document to record in purchase journal. Next one, sales journal. So I explained you what is sales journal. Sales journal means if there are any sales on credit basis, we use sales journal. For that we use this document, written document, sales invoice. Next one, general journal. If there are, except these transactions, if there are other transactions, we record those transactions to the general journal. So at that time we use this source document, journal voucher. Next one, use of source documents. Or you can identify what are the advantages, because what kind of advantages we can gain because of using these source documents. First one, can be used as an initial document for a transaction. Yes, this is the first document we use to record these transactions to the prime entry books. Next one, can be used as a written evidence of the transaction. Yes, it's a written evidence. So always we can check the information about the transaction. Additional information on transaction can be obtained. So name, the authorized person, the unit price, the total, and likewise we can get those information from source document. Can be used for recording transaction in the prime entry books. Yes, definitely we can record transactions to the prime entry books because of these written documents. Next one, responsibility can be assigned to a specific officer as it is authorized by that person. So if there is if there are cash transactions, so that particular person will get the responsibility regarding those documents and those transactions. So children, that's all regarding this lesson. So thank you. God bless you.